India approach. This is Mike 2634 requesting IFR advisories with information Lima.
Mike 34, you are cleared for IFR approach. Maintain current course and decel. Mike 34, Juliet India approach. Extending dock and arm spin 06 down. Transmitting your initial. Switch to 118.50. You are cleared for approach.
Howdy. Let's do thing. Oh, there we go.
Juliet
So,
India docking. Mike 34. We have guidance. Firing RCS.
couple things. I've been a little low energy this week. I'm kind of recovering. Every now and then I kind of have some trouble where I was just sleeping and yada yada. So at times like that I focus on, you know, living and occasionally working and stuff depending on the timing of it.
Affirmative. Cleared for
I just spent that, unfortunately, for a game as like dense and as like time requiring and intellect requiring as Ostranauts. Just it wasn't gonna happen. I was trying to play games on my own time, on my own free time, and it was like I would play for like 30 minutes and then I just like I would be gone. So but that's, you know, whatever. It's Wednesday. Middle of the week. Had time to recover. And Ostranauts. So this is a really cool game. If you have any familiarity with things like Space Station 13, you will probably feel like this is sort of right at home. It's a game where you basically you're a salvager, space salvager. You run around and, like, you know, expanse level technology. You run around doing, you know, salvaging ships. You know, you start your character is originally like a, you know, just like a Wagie. You just like you do like work for other people, and then you finally make enough money where you can get your own ship. And yeah. I also swapped from using a phone to using, I was able to scrounge up a webcam that has at least 30 FPS. If you are like me and you were up until that point using a webcam that was maxing out at like maybe 15 and had the image and quality of a webcam that was made in like prior to 2010, which it basically was, that obviously is not good enough for that application. But what I have now is far, far better. So this does have some RPG-like mechanics. So you have to create a character to get off. Start out with. Shows character behavior during auto task mode. I guess I'll turn those off. Technically, this is my character. I said I wanted to be a little bit more role-playing when I did this too, so I'm going to try and see if I can... We're not necessarily going to, like, you know, invent a whole backstory for this character and history, but, like, try to, you know, be a little bit less mechanical focused and kind of try to get into it a little bit more. I make no promises. We'll see what we can. Times like these, I probably should queue up BGM of some kind, because I realize it's now completely silent. Oh well. Let's see. I usually do something like this. We'll do that, I guess. What do I got here? Surprising number of hairstyles available for the ID card. the VTuber hairstyle. I do like that some of them are very sort of cyberpunky, so you can kind of get that vibe like you're supposed to. I think it just goes through colors. It's got a limited number of styles and it goes through colors. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. This is where I started. Am I going to get filtered by the hair selection screen trying to find something I like? Sure, why not? Glasses, I do like glasses. You know what, that's good actually. I'll go with that. Other than the color being wrong. Problem is the color is way off. That's as close as it's going to get when it comes to the color. It's fine, I guess. I think my dude look weird. God, the deformers. Fair enough. Body type 1, body type 2. Switch to carrier kiosk. Switch to carrier kiosk. Right. I guess we're done with that. Something that might be a save option, but Yao Tumiwa Medtech takes a glance at your chart. Immunosuppressed, low bone density, hypovolemic standard condition for young spacer on K-Leg station. Born and raised as you were on the weak microgravity 33-kilometer asteroid. That sounds about right. Issues with insomnia? Boy, not wrong. Possibly due to radiation, lack of sunlight. Eyes are not great. 18 years old, rapidly approaching middle age. Well, ain't that the truth? Feeble by Mars standard, and you wouldn't stand a chance on Earth. You're no Earther, and you never will be. Darn right. You tell him, bud. D. Samuel Archer. His father is a criminal from Virginia Titan. Alright, well. Claire Orr, shipwrecker from Hangzhou. Hangzhou? Something like that? Orbital? Mars. Hangzhou. How you spend your upcoming years. Spend the year taking risks and hope of getting ahead. Change your trait, skills, relationship to cash, and starting items depending on your choices. Selecting a ship ends career history. Mastering skills. Aging will impact your traits as well. Save some money. Seek an adventure. Shipbreaking and scavenging and hustling is a grind. What was once dangerous eventually becomes monotonous. Sometimes to be phases of your life from which, looking back, you can't remember any interesting events at all. The only thing noteworthy about this particular period of each of backbreaking 100-hour work weeks. Oh boy, that's what you started doing to cope. How do you deal with the boredom? Second job as an electrician. I don't know about that, man. Fight Club, old movies. Ship spotting. I mean, obviously some of these are going to be useful and some of these are going to be not so useful. Question is, do I want to do something useful or do I want to do something thematic? We'll do ship spotting. Super heavy lifters approaching. Security contractor, you wonder what she was doing on Luna. Private cargo ship, the zone of texting to burn. Captain Forrester's ship. Taking the harbor master's threat seriously. Board high, 100 clicks. Someone ignored the ATC. There's a couple stunted pilots playing chicken who gets it right away. Traffic drawn on intercept. Daily monitors ships approaching and departing in several million kilometer volumes, so there's always something happening and there's always someone watching. Shipping news is a chat server for the latter folk. Having to explain the jargon to a newcomer, and the complex orbital visualizations soon stop becoming confusing, becoming engrossing, even hypnotic. Wonder why how ships come. Basically, the equivalent of those people who like sit there and like airport watch and hang out on ATC traffic channels and listen in. I got no value from doing that, did I? Let's work on ourselves. You do 5 of the old Earth archive, and you find an infinite wealth of resources. So I have spaceship engineering and 0 G-Ops, which I guess is required. I'm complacent. Prevents me from being other things. I'm unfit, which is not the best. More easily tired by exertion than most. I can get fit. Microdream hypovolemic. Permanently lowered amount of circulating blood. Poor hearing is sharp hearing, slow metabolism. Feeble. Fragile. Permanent vision impairment. Civil engineering, construction, spaceship piloting. Robotics engineering. Software, mechanical engineering. Spaceship piloting. And operating and maintaining an environmental suit. Mechanical engineering. Do 4 years on that. So we're 23 now. Problem is, every year I do this, it obviously ticks in more and I lose more of my life. What would it cost for me to stop being unfit? 3 years. Stop being feeble would cost 2 years. Stop being fragile would cost 1. Lay low, avoid trouble. We'll do one more Seek Adventure. Zoe. Stop what you're doing. Silver class economy apartment. ASC barracks. Outside the door, you hear mag boots. Shock around you. If you got a moment to act, what do? Make a pressure alarm. Hackers are monitored with the same vigilance as states seeking nuclear capabilities back on old Earth. They have the technology needed to perform a cyber attack to the motivation. Good example of why such precautions exist. Work on 10 seconds to isolate the corridor the AO6 are advancing down. It's 3 keystrokes to trigger a vacuum alarm. By the time the system operators can untangle the mess, you leave behind The raid will be neutered by social embarrassment and nothing else. Some of the dorm mates take advantage of the confusion. Is there a point to that? Net worth is 748. Skilled in hacking, genius. Let's take a ship. Doesn't possess any systems beyond the basics. Payment per ship to 2,000. Salvage tug. RCS count of 2, no torch drive. Located on OKLG. Stock. It's a mortgage of $750,000. Payment per ship is 2,000. Sure. Now the Predator, a TU-70A, and you can now reach some of the outer derelicts beyond the watchful eye of the Yardmaster. Tonight you're on your own terms. Your next move is up to you. Score a valuable part or two for resale or reuse. Go down with platinum tier payout on a gig, or maybe even discover a ship discarded before its time. It's a bet. Okay. You're significantly smarter than most. True. True. That's a true fact about me. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. I'm noticing, let me check something. Do this, but I have to double check. Okay. I had to make sure that I was in the correct directory because for some reason it wasn't displaying that I was. I wanted to double check. Okay. Cool. Hold left alt to see hotkeys and nearby interactive elements. I to view my inventory. Move the yellow jumpsuit and shoes on the ground onto your character in the inventory screen. Shoe left. This one, shoe right. This one. Drink pouch. What do you got? Left click on the objective pop-up to focus on the objective's target. Right click on the nearby power switch. Let toggle power to turn on the lights. Okay. Open the inventory of the nearby rack. Move the tote into your bag slot. Place the suit and helmet in the tote inventory. Did you look at the shoulder bag? Okay. Now what? This era, nearby toolkit. Hands. Walk through OKLG, board your ship docked. Then bin's empty. This bin has a work safety poster. All mechanical parts. Escaform. T-shirt. Sink, floor, lights. They're sated. Why do I have 2 sinks? Normal? Normal for somebody to have 2 sinks in their bedroom? Fridge has a drink pouch. Greetings. Hey, Varric, how's it going? The door to K-Lake Station slides open and you're greeted by the familiar aroma of station vendor fare, spot prawn, stir fry, and suya curry, kebab of chicken, and Wagie spice rub. Oh well, good to hear. I've just started, so you haven't missed a thing. Szechuan beef with peppercorn. Your head knows that the meat is aquaponic or lab grown or worse, but heart tells you anything prepared by human hands is better than treacherous chat. True. Terry looking space sugar bunks. Cigarette smoke, permanent fixture on the station, smokes cigar viceroys. The Breaker brand of choice. Folks who are chain smoking with filtered in whatever times. Ao Tamila. Execs, find them for overlooking CO2 scrubbers. New ships waiting in port. Not far from the kiosk hub and scrap shops. Once you find it, you can finally dock in this rock. You want to ship ships for salvage. All you need are the hand tools you own, but you need a welder to start remodeling and repairing holes. By the way, if you're lucky, you can finally start making a living, something beyond the corporate-sponsored rat race, breaking ships for daily wage. Okay. Continue, confirm. Sorry, map. Pause. Zones is for designations. Timer visor. I see. Interesting. Navmap. That's for electronic stuff. Right, never mind. Gigs. Yep. Can I reach that location this way? Maybe there's just bedrooms. Create a zone. I don't want to create a zone. Loose conduit in the hallway. Reinstall it for a karmic reward. Start by right-clicking on it. Install action from the click bar. Nope. Conduit. There we go. Install. Remove the place our conduit in its intended location, then left click block on installation. You're becoming skilled in electrical engineering. Speed up time when attempting long tasks. What's the button for that? Progress through 6-hour shifts. Mortgage payments are due each shift. Oh, we're barely moving time though. This is real time. Okay. Installing the conduit restore power to the door. Search the room beyond for your reward. It's a rack. And inside the rack is a stir welder. Whoopee. Put that on the outside there. And a tactical knife. In case I need to stab anybody, I guess. Okay. Interesting. That's it. That's it. Cool. Let's take a look over here. There's food carts, supplies. Yeah, like backpacks, smart crate, toolboxes, a Testudo super handy equipment truck. A lot of people miss getting the water there, which is weird because it's written on the ground, right? So you would think You'd think it would be hard to miss. Battery charger for Halverson. Now, I mean, if I have a friction stir welder, I probably should get a battery charger. I guess. Seems like a smart thing to do. Any other fun things in here? Like various EVA suits and stuff. Food's expensive. It's more expensive than the thing that I need to charge battery. Manual for fusion. I love fusion manuals. Blade of core liner replacement. That's replacement for use in Suleiman fusion reactor cores. I don't think that I need to worry about that. Data card. And array with PDAC and the SNU array built into a hot swappable compact card form. So store files remotely using nearby computer. Let me double check real quick. Make sure that I have the right thing. So I have friction stir welder that has 100 charge. Maybe, you know, maybe I don't care. Maybe it's too early to care. I'll mention if you went south instead of north from your room, there was another optional thing you could have done and rewarded. Is it so? Can you do one or the other, or can you do both? Because if you can do both, interesting. What's that switch? Oh, switch. Oh, you get a crowbar. I see. Finally, something to crow about. Yeah, we're crowing about things apparently. See. Oh, and then you probably okay. Cute. I respect it. Latif Marco Rivers. Licenses. We buy scrap. I don't think I have any scrap. Yeah, official yellow salvage license. License info. My eyeballs. 5,000 for 24-hour period. The reason people missed it was because the PDA didn't give light before. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that'll do it. If your business is found to meet the ordinance definition of salvage provided, you may be cited for every day that you're running business with a license. Local authorities, mass designated vessels patrol OKLG off space. They will conduct inspection of vessels being salvaged. You're supposed to turn on a light you find in your room. Oh. Yeah, PDA lights definitely going to solve that problem up. That's baffling. Let's take a look at the old ship. What's in here? Nothing. Pump. Also, why people miss the water? Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, that south area is really dark, so I can definitely imagine people not thinking to go down there. First of all, let's put that away for a moment. Check room atmosphere. Right-click anywhere in the room until the MTT displays compartment. Show more. Okay, that shows me the damage level. Press L and then damage button to see how worn. Damage. Oh. Well. Golden, default, gold red. I have a sneaking suspicion that some of the things that I have in my ship are very damaged. Or equip the nav station to restore it. It's the least damaged thing on the ship. Removing some wear and tear. Starting to become skilled in robotics engineering. Reasonably okay condition compared to some of the other ships you can get. That's good to know, I guess. I wonder what the worst... durability ship you can get is. Can you get a ship that's so bad that you just immediately get in the hot water the moment you leave station? Let's take a look though. Ship battery is a little messed up. Press L, the default button to hide the wear and tear. Okay. Use right click station, so use. Don't crash. Pick target, rotate to bearing 0, like 360. Fly to target, leave room to slow down. When range is less than 5 kilometers, switch to docking screen, comm sail ship. Select target ship, post clearance, line of rings, approach. Velocity less than 100 meters per second. When lights are green, quick clamps. Is Bertnyaya shots for everyone? There's a ship you'll need, the more advanced spacesuits you use, you're gonna die. Wow. That's harsh, but that's how these games go, I guess. POR is Nearest biggest gravity well. V relative is relative velocity. V cross is cross velocity, sideways. Range, bearing, delta V. RCS reaction control system. Estimated time of arrival. Me, ship, target, mission. Planetoid. RCS maneuvers, flying mode, map controls. Q and E to rotate, WASD, okay. Comms, console. Well, let's like do ahead of ourselves here. So is there anything else that's like... I'll take a quick look here since I can repair some stuff. I wonder if there's anything that I have an awareness. I have some awareness of this game. I don't have like a lot of time having played it or anything, but I have like... Yeah, I have some awareness from watching like people like Quill18 play it a little bit. Is there anything that's like I desperately need to fix that? That airlock's looking a little bit messed up. Let's fix the airlock up. I feel like, I don't know, airlocks are a little important. Maybe I should take a look at that real quick. Oopsies. Maybe not that much. Oh, that's gonna take a long time, isn't it? That takes a really long time. Let's see, is there anything else that's like an air pump? On God. Right. Oh, the conduits are messed up. Probably get that up to like half and then switch over to the air pump. O2 canners messed up, the heater's messed up. That's probably okay. The IFF transponder, we don't need IFF transponders, right? What are they gonna do, shoot at us? SCS thrusters seem okay. XPDR antenna is a little bit messed up. Transponder antenna. restore this pump a little bit. That's much faster. So it just takes a long time to fix, I guess, exterior components like that. The O2 can fix that up a little bit. I know that when you start out with the ship, at least, that it's good to repair a little bit of stuff. Just in case. Probably the heater. Store that up a little bit. My conduit's messed up. Some things have a higher condition number. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense for an exterior element like an airlock to have a lot of health that you need to repair, as opposed to something like, you know, a heater or an air conditioner or a piece of conduit wire. Let's do... Can't get there, so I can't repair that, so it's just gonna have to suffer. This RCS thruster, maybe. Try to look a little bit. I don't really care about the transponder. RCS intake regulator. It's just labeled as an intake on that menu, apparently. I'm gonna assume that something is docking with the station, and it's telling me that for some reason. Then I'm about to die. Destroy this conduit. Can't get there. Stop. Yeah, I mean, that's... I don't want to sit here repairing everything for the rest of the time, but... I don't know, I'm gonna do a stuff station. Yeah, that is a little... interesting. Nope, hang on, I want to... Ah, that button. Wait. It's incremental. Okay. Let's turn this off. And I guess we'll save. Wait. Which I apparently didn't name. Or maybe I can't name it. Or maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. Alright. Where can we turn off the nav console but all the time? Yeah, well, I guess it's one of those things, right? You turn things off and all of a sudden you're just getting murdered. Alright, open channel to OKLG. Request undocking clearance, I think is what they want me to do. To undock, press the clamps button. Ah, here it is. Okay. Just the nav station zoom. Zoom the nav station in and out with the mouse scroll wheel. Hold shift to zoom faster. Click the white diamond lever OKLG to target and get detailed info. Okay. Flip E to rotate your ship clockwise. Okay. Tap Q until it's spinning counterclockwise. Use rotation controls until the ship is pointing towards OKLG. OKLG target. That's too much. Bearing near 0 with OKLG target. There we go. There we go. Press the S or down key to thrust backwards. I could have just thrusted forwards when I was pointing in the opposite direction. Waiting for more content to come out. Should I open the run? Yeah, I think there's supposed to be an update soon-ish, but I don't know. There's a good chance that I end up deceased before that happens in the game, of course. So, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Up to 200 mils. Oh, wait. meters per second. VRAL. OG targeted. There's a VRAL. Okay. Press the up arrow to reduce. Your right arrow to thrust up to 2. Okay, this seems kind of wasteful, but alright. Go to below 100. Zoom out and find a nav contact marked tutorial derelict. Travel to within 5 kilometers of your target and slow down until VRAL is below 100 meters per second of the designation target. I'm still rotating here. Mr. Marking Cody, sure. Wait, there we go. Now I'm facing towards it, kind of. Controls. Keeping match speed, angle of attack. Under IFF. Warnings, map controls, RCS maneuvers. Ah, I see. For me to be able to do this. Name, call sign, LT. Tracking mode, shift target. No wake zones, show zone. Zoom. Oh boy. Station. I think this is just those buttons. Status, ship logs. Within 5 kilometers, slow down to VRALs below 100. We are currently 6 kilometers. I like this system, it's nice. Toggle match speed K to automatically mark your type speed. At the comms console on the right side of the lamp, blah, blah. Hail ship and choose the closest. Initiate uncontrolled docking procedure. Pause. Use the same flight controls from earlier to approach the docking ring below 100 meters per second. Align docking rings on clamps when the clamp align light is green. Okay. Oh, no, no. Where are you going? Where are you going? I've somehow messed up my camera here. What's going on? It's weird. Use the same flight controller to press your docking ring below. Oh, I need to go over here. Let's see. We have the flashing alarm didn't work. True, but for the moment I'm not quite angry with it yet. I think I can survive. It'll probably really annoy me later on. Oops, probably should pay more attention to what's going on. Oh, there. Okay. Slow down. Come on. Almost there. Alright, come on. There we go. Come on. Nope. Come on. Couple more seconds here. You're mowing now. There we go. You're no longer seated. Successfully docked for sending alarm. Casting your docking engagement hold resonates like a struck gong. While your sensors can scan the vessel for data, you close your eyes, or while they do, scan the vessel for data. You wonder what can await you on the other side. Perhaps you find a racing escape or a nimble vessel with a lightweight hull pushed around by a tougher-line RCS package and forward can Myra hydro intake regulator. Maybe you stumbled upon a multi-cabin pleasure yacht, an elite catamaran complete with a full bar and corridors adorned with yards of crimson, cream Van Hummel interiors. Maybe it's just a dead freighter. Decades-old Tetsudo hauler packed with trash and sporting a giant hole where the reactor used to be. It's a junkyard now. Maybe it is one of those things. Alright. Confirm. Whatever it is, you have access to it now. In a bit of time before AO6 security goons harass you. For your salvager, maybe you'll want to smash and grab rare parts defense back at OKOG. Cut up whatever you can quickly for a buck, or with a license, trade a bit of profit for less pressure and more resale reliability. If you're a mechanic, you fix it up, make it fly. Derelicts go for a discount at the shipbroker, and any sweat equity you pour into it after you buy it is yours to keep. You can even resell it when you're done for tidy profit. If you're not lying, you could always just steal it. One could always just do that. Alright, remove your jump shoes and put on your pressure suit. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, so I do have to actually remove it. And shoes. Okay. They really do. They really are making me take my shoes off. What if I put them on backwards next time? What if I make a mistake? Put these here, I guess. If I'm gonna loot stuff, I better make sure I have inventory space. Okay. Space. Move the handheld lamp into your hand, toggle it on, step in the doorway. Oh yes, the handheld lamp. Oh, there it is, actually. Power. Hello. There's a permit. Valid until 2079-826. At 1655. This permit's valid for now. My ability to tell time isn't compromised, which I don't think it is. 2079, right? Yeah. Oh, look at that, I got a valid permit. This is legal salvage, huh? That's how that works, right? Oh, yeah, the conduit. There's a battery. Mini excess ship battery, miniaturized version of a mass market high capacity ship battery from collect electric. When charged and connected to an adjacent conduit, it can power devices throughout the ship. Rough value is $2 signs. It is damaged. It is charged. Oh, here's a rack. What's on the rack? 2 hours of, yeah, 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours is 2 hours. A rack that I guess I could steal. Can't reach that location. Try. Gee, you know, I don't think the ship it might not be in the best of states. I'm getting the distinct impression that it might be a little bit messed up. Where are you walking over here? Where are you going? I'm not telling him to do that. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. What is he doing? Seriously, what is my character doing? Why does he keep walking over there? Uninstall bash access lock. So roster permissions. Try the door. Zoom out and see if there's some task that's set somewhere. I set a task? Oh, it's this. I see. I'm trying to cancel it. Oh, it's the conduits. Oh. There we go. Now I should do that. Thank you for reminding me about that, actually. Rush of gas escapes the bridges to force the door open. Once upon a time, this hot little member ferried Panmen to Kantongmen, Mars L4 to L5. Back, 48 people a pop, all the while rated for just 32. That sounds about right. Whole fleet of them just like it ran that relay on gas blast so fine and cheap they're hardly there at all. In time, their operation evolves or dies. I wonder what this ship was made of. Because it kind of looks weirdly voxely, like it was made out of voxels, but I mean, the common wisdom would be like someone probably 3D modeled this and it was used as like an asset to make a background or something. But it almost looks like it's voxel, like someone made it in like a video game or something, like with the square, you know, Minecraft style. Finding the crowbar normally would have happened, but said, you know, we sequence break around here, you know. I'm a bit of a sequence breaker myself. In time, the operation evolves or dies. Mars is coming up in the worlds. Their workhorses turning into old nags are sent out to pasture. Here in K-Leg, waiting tender mercies of full shipbreaker's crew and the AO main bay. K-Leg receives one ship a week, every week, from anywhere and everywhere. Has for almost 50 years the full head of steam, Iotomiwa We just about processed one ship a week. Following exigencies and labor and best laid plans, there are now hundreds of ships in backlog, so long and convoluted that they would never seem through human soul, let alone the inside of a breaker's yard, and that's where you come in. This is where I came in. Electronic parts. Picked up a stack of electronic parts. There's a thruster. Halverson RCS thruster assembly. Apparently it's worth quite a bit, so that's a little bit damage. And what do I have here? Loose Mobile Space Systems orange floor tile. Estudo. Loose parts. Loose floors, an oxygen canister that has some oxygen in it. Oh, 01 canister, which doesn't have anything in it. CO2 is high. Hole patch. See that my stuff is low. Let's go back. I believe this suit does not have roster functions. Need to take the helmet off. I'm making roster permission warnings. Yeah, I know from having watched a little bit of this game that the initial pressure suit doesn't actually have any like oxygen canisters or anything. It's just basically ambient oxygen pressure and whatnot, so. Roster UI and change the airlock permissions. What the heck? How'd you do that? I guess that was part of the tutorial. Able to bring up visor controls, power visualization. Restore power to the door by installing loose conduit into the gap nearby. Restore power to what door? Installing the loose conduit. Is there a loose conduit somewhere that I'm not aware of? I lose it. The tutorial obviously wants me to do something, but I'm confused as to why it is asking me to do something. It's not a save. In the tutorial ship, okay. It's weird because when I clicked on the goal, it pointed me to. I guess it's just pointing me to myself. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and close that. Push your suit back on. Okay. Oops. It wants me to repower this. Pick up this conduit. Install here. Bypass it by prying it up on the crowbar. Oh yeah. Of course I did do that, didn't I? Oh, I'm supposed to do it in the breaking the conduits. I see. My bad. Thank you. So open the door slightly to the... Okay, so I was supposed to do this in order to access the captain's cabin. Or not the captain's cabin, it's the bridge of the ship. And then I accidentally bypassed that crowbar and sequence broke it again. I got it. I see what you're putting down, thank you. Conduit. Install it there. Okay. Probably CO2 out here in a moment before I even finish it. Okay. Restore power to the door down the long hallway. Borrow excess conduit if necessary. And this is them encouraging me to do it again. I see. I'm getting the I'm getting just here. So oh there. Okay. Feeling triumphant. I'm very triumphant. Okay. I've restored bridge power. Whoopee. Fly back and talk with Wagie in order to sell your salvage. Hunt around, there might be another way past the door. Oh, we'll way past that one then. So the nav station is damaged. So I wonder if it's not worth grabbing. Maybe it is. And there's another power thing, which I guess gives me access to the door. This one? No. Okay. One unsighted. Here. I don't think you've ever actually needed to do that to get things to pry the doors or go through the walls. Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder how often that actually comes up. Speaking of which, I'll uninstall this wall. Oops. Shouldn't have done that in the airlock, apparently. I'm getting the impression that I'm probably venting a bunch of oxygen out in space, but at the same time there's also an O2 canister here, so it's probably not a huge deal. Install. Let's climb a little bit. Okay. What is in the bin? Bulkhead bin times 2. 2x size, I guess. What is voluminous as freestanding storage options with the tick away? premium on crowded vessels. Yeah. Screwdriver, which I already have. It's in poor condition. My previous work lamp, which is also in kind of bad condition, but it's fully charged, I guess. Okay. The intake is it's worn, but it's functional. Into can, that looks like it's got a little bit of fuel in it. Compressor, and I guess the cool kid thing to do would be probably to take both of these items, if I had to guess, and maybe the nav station? Maybe I can fix the nav station. These ones are functional, so there's still these. You can definitely see this being a little bit easier if you actually have people to help you, because yeah. All right. I would like to move this. I'll install this too. We're going to get CO2 warning here in a little bit. Okay. Oh, interesting. I can pick this one up. Oh, and I have to drag. Alright. I wonder what the deal is with the thruster. Maybe I need to disassemble the wall to do the thruster in it. I wonder how much does it work? Do I set you down? I would like to move this device. I guess we're just gonna vent. That seems just more like a trap. It's like it's trying to teach you efficient use of time and taking and repairing. We'll go well over the 2 hours of perm has left. Okay. I figured it would probably be something like that, because it's obviously quite heavily damaged. I would like to stop dragging this. Stop dragging. And then off, on. And 2 canisters that had much in it. I guess let's try uninstalling this wall. It's a lag spike from a bunch of calculations being done. Oh, maybe I didn't uninstall the thruster in the first place. Maybe I uninstalled something else by mistake. I thought that I uninstalled the thruster. I must have hit the door or something. Not a door, like a 4 or some other thing. You can do that before you go. Okay, maybe. Gas tank values, man. Yeah. I know the N2 tank doesn't have much of it. The oxygen tank has a bit of oxygen in it. That'll probably be worth nabbing real quick. Especially since I think I keep probably reducing the amount that I have by repeatedly opening and closing these doors. Since it doesn't seem like I have any kind of fancy airlock mechanisms. I've noticed that it seems like it just kind of vents out every time. I could be wrong, but I kind of get that impression because it looks like there's air moving around every time I do that. Okay, that's the 4. Uninstall thruster. There we go. Okay. Thruster route. That back. That is just an open door space, right? Yeah, pretty much. Used to have an airlock that cycled the air, but it took too long. You stopped using it. Yeah, I can imagine that. Bit of a problem. Is there a way for me to like determine where this goes, or oh, there we go. That's fine. Just leave it like that. Oops. Oh well. I vented the cabin somehow. When you open your inventory, you can mouse drag it. Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. The O2 canister has, I think, about as much O2 as I currently have, so we'll go ahead and take that. Probably the only other thing is maybe the N2 can, which I don't think has much in it. Actually, this probably a bit. Probably take both of the cans then. And then the battery and leave. That seems like about as much as they want me to take for the tutorial. Ah, I see. Ah, thank you. Physicalize the inventory so that I can move it. That's fantastic. This up. I'm also realizing that I'm kind of blocking some things, and I probably should fix that. But I think all of the positioning is a little bit rough here. But that should hopefully be slightly better. Okay. And we'll cycle real quick. Door close. Rip this battery out. I think I should sell this bin too. Or this rack. Oh, this one takes a long time. But I definitely have room for a rack, right? So that one right there. Oh, I just dropped that on the ground, question mark. or did I just delete my pressure helmet? I think there's a non-zero possibility I may have deleted my pressure helmet. Oops. I feel like, and this is on me for clicking on the trash symbol instead of my head, but I feel like there probably shouldn't be such a prominent trash symbol here. That is like twice the size of the character head. So, yeah. That's technically my fault, but I feel like maybe go 50-50 on that one. Alright, I guess I won't grab the rack then. It's just a rack. Could be one of the other items. So maybe. Is there a way for me to... Auto-save? Don't you auto-save right now? I think I might have deleted it. Ostranauts, trash can. Quick glance not help me any. Okay, well that's fine. I'll just I'll have to get a new pressure helmet, I guess. Alright, so local channel, no. E2GN, undock. Cool. Press the clamp button, then back up. Yeah, it's a basic pressure suit. It shouldn't be too expensive. I do have, even before we sell stuff, and I'm assuming that the first round of selling stuff will hopefully yield some amount of money to pay off, like, the shift requirement for the day since it's tutorial. Probably that plus the 750 or so that I have in the bank should hopefully be enough to be able to... Ooh, almost dropped a calf there. To buy a pressure suit helmet, or even better pressure suit. I think the our supposed to be... Oh, okay. Thank you for that, because that is incredibly annoying, to be honest. Increase. That might be because of the planetoid. Because didn't the station used to be down here? So maybe this station is continuing to move its bearing, its relative bearing, because it's rotating? Guess it must be that. Whoa, that was the wrong button there. Let's go forward. Big green thing is rotating the stations is on said green thing. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was a an orbital station. I didn't realize that it was actually a planetary station. So that makes sense. Or not a planetary station, but yeah. Yeah, in retrospect, they did say it was a 33-kilometer radius asteroid, right? So, for diameter asteroid, so it makes sense. Yeah. No, that tracks, yeah. That makes sense. Volt under 100. I need to ask for docking clearance. Enough. Enough. That's enough of that. I think once it's under like a kilometer or whatever. Huh? Oh, there we go. Thought that I requested it, but apparently I may not have. It's good too, because we're getting a little close there. Any longer, and I actually would have died. Along with, you know, everybody who lives there. But that's, you know, they don't matter. Return to OKLG for salvage sale. Visit the yellow licensed kiosk or gray scrap kiosk and sell any item. Okay. I mean, that's in pretty good condition, so... the thruster is a little bit messed up. How much time do I have left on this? $16.55, so I have about an hour. Nope, 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 not that. Let's see if we can repair this thruster up a little bit. Because I know how these games work. They're gonna pay me based off of the, you know, how good the condition of the thruster is and whatnot. And if I have about an hour to repair it, then there's no reason not to. Stations, they ask you one more time for a document request, then the salvage ships, because you can get houses on some of the stations can dock themselves. Oh, interesting. Okay. That makes sense. I wasn't aware that that was the thing. I didn't know that you could own property. Oh, I got knocked down because of the proximity alarm, right? Okay, fair enough. Okay. Fix that up. How much oxygen do we have? 420, 420. We're blazing out across the everything here. Gen 2 do I have? 265, 370, 370. Okay. Probably should hold on to those. I'll restore this real quick. Gas for houses on the upper left side of the station, but also need to be visited by now. Okay. I have to get my citizenship or whatever. Fair enough. Restore the battery. Because I could also install the battery. I wonder if it would be better to install the battery rather than sell it. I wonder how much it's worth. Because I noticed that my battery was getting a little bit low on my ship as I was returning. It seemed like it was kind of Okay, your character says it's illegal? Oh no. Okay, like illegal. Well, hopefully ICE doesn't find out. Oh god. As comfortable as it feels to return to the station after scouring cold beyond there are parts. The world is semi-illegal salvage. Finding parts is in the half battle. Rest is selling. Station centers are connected by rail, a single car shuttle system that is constantly in a state of disrepair. Classic. With a working knowledge of the station and appetite for risk, you might even find a way to make a living on this rock. By charge of the fuel chaos. Okay. The OKLG economy is a strange beast. There's corporate-sponsored salvage trade run through the scrapping license kiosk. With the right license, you can rent out time in the boneyard and pick parts of it by the AO sectors. AO. The black market is another matter. Industrial scavengers know that if you want a premium price for a rare piece, then you're going to have to find a reliable fence, but it won't be easy getting the trust. Lastly, the Gig Nexus shops out jobs to just about anyone. Work ranges from menial station jobs to high-risk boarding operations. In every case, the faster you're working, the money. Okay. Okay. Well, I have a license, so... So. Other wanted items. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to... Is it? What tiles on the ground? Press add new zone. So, I think I need to make a cell zone, right? In order for it to register that I have the stuff to put it on the shop. Either that or I have to drag it out to the license thing, I guess. Need different prices selling them from zone or dragging them to kiosk behind. Really? They're gonna charge me for having someone come and take it off the ship, huh? Dang. That's cold. That's cold. I never would have noticed that one, so thank you for letting me know about that one. 577. I mean, that's not too bad. 577. Okay. I feel like, unless this thing is worth a lot of money, I don't think that that's quite enough to pay off my shift requirement. You got this, bud. You got this. Don't let it drag you down. Oh, there we go. Now that's more like. You. Battery. Okay. What's the battery status? 24. Ooh. Okay. Cool. So I now have 3,208, which means that I have approximately 300 more. I have approximately 300 more credits to play with than I need to spend. Towing grace. Fusion reactors. Just for satiating my curiosity, let's see how much this makes me uncomfortable that I saw something spark down there. It's probably something important. I wonder how much this battery actually is worth. $500. I mean, that is quite a healthy bit of money that that's the thing is actually worth. Okay, I'll just sell it. I'm sure it'll be fine. The ship is obviously meant to be able to operate with what it has on it right now, so what's the worst that can happen? Why is everybody white? Well, why are they white? What's going on with them? Okay, click the capsule button, display your money, and pay your docking fee through the finances window. Oh, energy galaxy air tanks. Yeah, I was hoping to hold on to those just in case. 276 for docking. 28 for the power hookup, air exchange fee of 112 on the mortgage. So 2,500. Oh, it's only 2,100. I thought it was 2,800. That's not so bad. I mean, I hate all of you, but like, that's I've seen worse. You definitely managed that. Visit the orange docking and refuel services kiosk and refuel your ship. $3 for okay, that's not too bad. Black water pumping. That's a backwater from the. Oh, I see. That's for other things. 97 for more O2. I'm good. I'm gonna keep the air canister. That's fine. About the RCS. 400. Yikes. That's rough, man. That's a lot of money for for freaking nitrogen. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I have an extra nitrogen tank. I'm good. I think we can manage. I'd like to believe we can manage with just a nitrogen tank. Mission of the tutorial. Yippee. Get rid of that. Alright, I need to place in the air tanks with salvage. Yeah. We're gonna make me pay that much for that crap, but definitely not going to be purchasing it from them if I can get it from ships. I'll just have to be a little bit more on the ball about it. 284. Oh god. That was an expensive mistake is what I made. Let's buy a battery charging station because my stir welder is battery as well, I guess. Like, I suppose. Is there any reason not to? I don't think so. How long was at the top? Of the ship? Excuse me, sorry. Not all the way up, but near it. What is that? Oh, okay. I thought you meant that you had seen the helmet that I dropped, not Okay, I purchased the Halverson thing, but where exactly? Oh, it's on my inventory. Hey. Let's install this here. Maybe here. Maybe? Because if I want to be able to put down a thing here, one of those, whatever the heck's, put that there. Like I said, I wasn't planning on selling them. I was planning on holding on to them. Unless, are they worth a lot? Like, if are they worth like a lot more than the cost of refueling? Because if I can use them for refueling and save the money from refueling more than I would get from selling them, then obviously that would be best. But if they're worth more to sell than they are to refuel, then I guess that would probably be worth doing. I played myself, apparently. About 1,000. Okay. So they would be about double then. I'll take a look when I'm done with it. Ah, yes, the foot symbol to indicate that I need to do that there. That makes sense. I'm a smart man. I'm very smart. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Hit me, I dare you. Take you with me. Right. Let's... the welder battery and the welder battery charger. Into can. O2 might be 2 can. Okay. These are worth quite a lot then, actually. Oh, that's worth like 2. Okay, that is worth it then. Yeah, that's worth like 4 times what it costs for me to refuel. That's the case. Then yeah, that's worth it. Alright. Cool. And I will sell these. Alright. I wonder how much the canister itself is worth compared to things that go inside the canister. It could be that the canister itself is worth quite a lot of money. Holy shit. 6,000 for the amount of O2 that I have basically right now. Alright. Maybe 200? Okay, so it's just worth that much. Oh, God. So it's just worth that much then. Alright. Apparently I should become an oxygen seller. Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Because, like, yeah, 400 for that, plus the O2 is 97. That's crazy. So, the 420 O2 is roughly the amount of O2 that I had, or sorry, I think it was like about the maximum value. So, that's worth vastly more to sell than it is to purchase it by like miles. And now I'm up to 8,000. I wonder if I should invest in a better pressure suit then. Because at that amount of money, I could probably get a better pressure suit. Onboard air breather and O2 tank, even when powered, it's built in nothing but 4 layers of insulation. Okay, well, I don't have enough money for that. So I have to get a regular one of these. So it's not enough to fix the problem, but it is enough to... or sorry. The 250 still, sorry, the 280 still hurts, but I'm still doing well in terms of the money that I've spent here, so it's not the end of the world or anything, but it does hurt quite a bit. I would have preferred not to have done that mistake, and hopefully I won't do it again. A backpack, yeah. Commonly used on K-Leg and practical and personal transport solutions. Not recommended for use with cargo vulnerable to radiation exposure and unplanned hypervolts. People usually go for the 5K license so they're able to leave their salvage for a day since they won't pick up the run of an hour. Okay. Oh, I guess I can turn that off. That way now. Man, I'm hungry. Wow. Food is really expensive, isn't it? My goodness. I think I'm vastly underestimating the cost of goods in this game. That's crazy. Alright. They want me to go meet someone. This person here. Talk to them about a research project. "20 scrap carbon filters. Should bring her 20 scrap carbon filters. Or fiber, excuse me. 20 scrap carbon. Yeah, I guess we can buy a license. Oh, it's in my hand. Let's see. Okay. Look at the food prices or the characters that gain much money in the years for each option at the start. That would definitely explain a lot, yeah. Do I have any food? I have water. Not that much. I think on my coveralls there's a bunch of food. Battery. Oh, I have like a big battery. It's like a double-sized battery compared to the one that I was thinking about maybe keeping. That's right, I don't have anything to store things into because I didn't get a chance because I accidentally dropped my thing. Oops. Yeah, the coveralls has the knife on it too. Drink pouches, drink pouches. Might be food in the original starting room. I pulled the drink out of there, but maybe there could be something else that I missed in there. And actually, maybe I'll sell... sell these. This toad is so small. I just take this and stack these batteries in there. Coveralls. Sometimes living in the area would be an improvement to the one you got. Okay, I'll have to see if he leaves behind. I was kind of wondering about that. I was watching the dude and I was like, what are you doing, man? Off that one. That. What are you doing? You know where it is. And pressure suit. So these are another 40. There we go. Put these coveralls back, I guess. I guess I have to keep my eyes out for any spare backpacks that are just laying around. Look at him, he's doing the tutorial too. Look at him go. Also trying to get some free stuff. Free water. What's on the fridge? Nothing. And then the yellow. The one that's new is 24-hour one. 379, 827. And drop this on the ground here, I guess. I'm just gonna inventory, since I think I'm guessing I have permanent access to this room. I'm just gonna pull this crap in here. There we go. Clean up the old end a little bit there. Yeah, it seems like I'm gonna get nailed for food price here. What a tragedy. Here. Someone's smoking area. It's like a homeless hovel thing. Personal hygiene pack. Wait. I wanted to recruit one of the technicians around the station, but I figured the station would slowly get worse without them. Oh, what's the worst that could happen, right? It's just a space station or an airless rock in the middle of nowhere. Are they gonna die? Airlock explodes when you try to dock with the station. Should be fine. What is this? Cargo. Okay. I wonder if that dude actually did leave a backpack laying around. Bathroom. Real estate broker. Oh, interesting. Asteroid residence. Ooh, 3 million, huh? You know, it's about the same as, it's just like real life, right? Courier. Is the thing north is the scrap kiosk to the parts of the station? Yeah. Oh, some of these are actually, well, some of these appear to be combat related. Investigate the death. The booker is second in the services of a private investigator who can investigate the reported death of Teen Fox. The subject was involved in price fixing scheme for food and water imports station-wide. Locate her body on the Popper, 1,636 kilometers. Inspect her body to verify the cause of death and return that information and give next excuse. The range given for the potential payout is quite substantial. Usually do deliveries over and over for money. Yeah. Secure and prompt delivery of a switch with Yoruba labeling to D. Samuel Archer, who's currently located on Cassini Spaceport 8.33 astronomical units. I have a sneaking suspicion that my RCS ship is not well equipped for that. Cheap deliveries where it's just a different person station. Oh. I see. I see. Seeking secure and prompt delivery of a switch with Yoruba labeling to Jacqueline Chelsea Atkinson, who needs the item in question to sell to a buyer in the area, as a Kiwi commercial. Okay. We can do that. I just need to press a button somewhere that allows me to do that. It's this one. Okay. So then I have to go and I have to access the locker. Right. And then we have to go to the commercial area. And that'll pay for food. Which I do have money for, but is also absurdly expensive regardless. Ow, my eyeballs. It's a Kiwi commercial. Is it Kiwi? Is it as it could do that? Stepping up the tram at K-Leg's commercial district, the difference is immediately apparent. It's not nicer, but maybe less worn out. Like, less people come here, or at least less rough and tumble types. The main point of interest here is the Port Authority office, a place where every captain inevitably becomes familiar with as they navigate the web of red tape surrounding spaceport operations. Usually you'll find at least a few pilots and ship owners slotched in line here, down on their luck, looking for a break. The longer the line, the more likely that nice clerk is on duty today. Shipbroker, medical kiosk, colony embassy. Offers spacers with funds to spare plenty of lavish means to part with their windfalls. Shipbrokers offers mortgages on pre-owned vessels, as well as derelicts from the boneyard stock, and beer and self-care kiosk, medical products, acute and chronic ailments, embassies for distant colonies allow application for permanent resident visas, coveted tax discounts, and improved legal treatment. Decades since the loss of Earth to the ablative cascade of 59 has rendered colony interaction increasingly rare and informal, and legal status highly coveted, let alone full citizenship. Confers local benefits such as cargo trade, discounts, and right to purchase private housing dock. Yeah, the old ablative disaster 59. Whew. Okay. Could use some money and ask you for $250. What? Young barrel silicosis. Yeah, nice suit. A female technician. Are the NPCs on the station static? They must be, right? Because I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, if I wanted to hire another person, then this random person asking me for $250, presumably if I give them $250, they would like me more, and I would have a chance of hiring them at some point. Or maybe there's absolutely no purpose to doing that. Screw it. Oh wait, maybe next time you'll be asking them. We can't be selfless or selfish. The more altruistic, Economy keeps control. Where is crew? She would bring the ship down anyways, so no. Aww. Ask how they are. Sir, I'm trying to have a conversation with this poor lady who's down on her left. I could just stay on the station, but the shipwreckers are leaving ships. Oh, so that was a waste of my time and money then. That's basically what I'm getting from this. Cool. Gently places her hand on your arm. I will gently place my hand on her arm. Making friends. So, shoot the breeze. Ask you a metaphysics question nobody here is qualified to answer. I am a genius. Are you sure with logic? I think you can recruit anyone, not emotion. Oh, okay. Or acquaintances. Unskilled in Eva, Ostranauts. Complain about authorities. They feel disrespected. Needs more personal space. Selfless. About weather, contact, respect. Ask about skills. Which is an attempt to look busy. Mildly funny comment. Us respect and intimacy down. Privacy and self-worth. I'm not entirely sure I understand how the system goes exactly. Family, meaning incidental. Touch, metaphysical quandary, meaning, autonomy, privacy, altruism, intimacy, security. Mention headline, self-worth, achievement, contact, autonomy. Respect, achievement. Change the subject. Self-worth, worthless. There's something in here that raises their self-worth. Messing with them skills raises their self-worth. Back off, she needs some space. Alright. Gives them achievement, autonomy, and self-worth, but reduces much of mine. Plus pester. Worthless. Probably another time. I have a mission to do, right? Okay, like as a QA commercial. Ah. Pester that lady another time. Okay. My gigs. Permanent. Bronze tier payout. I feel like that's a bad thing. What does a bronze tier mean in this case? We got a couple hundred. It's the item. Undisclosed region. Old Emporium. Oh, I see. Those are 50 seconds. Oh, okay. I understand. So if I can do it in 20 seconds, then and not waste a whole bunch of time talking to a random lady who asked me for $250, I can get paid a lot more. Fair enough. So take the thing and go to the Old Emporium. Okay. Nope. Access locker. The Old Emporium. Red neon casts heavy shadows in the Old Emporium, Kale's only leisure district. The OE is a relic of the former world, a portal to the halcyon days of the wildcat Nigerian colony before Earth's ablation cascade gutted the economy. Spacers come here to escape the bureaucratic grind, to imagine a world without bosses, to split a chilled bottle of Medmaya, even when they can't afford to. A dozen meters away from the shuttle stop, you see a knot of revelers gathered in the warm light of the Muscovine bar, laughter and conversation with the Muscovine melange of English, Mandarin, and even Yoruba. I don't even know. That last one might be a sign AO managers are mixing up the common folk. Whatever the language, the warm organics of human voices in close proximity is welcome departure from the hollow echo comm chatter. I bet it is. One of the faces in the crowd is the Fixer. They're known quantity in the station community. Kaylee's part of a system-wide, ever-shifting black market whose appetite for used ship parts and other rare salvage can never be sated. Shouldn't be too hard to get the Fixer talking. Just mention you have something to trade they're likely to be interested. Okay. Locker. Locker. Use. My gigs. Turn in. Cool. I'm awesome. That's all the ones that I have that aren't off station. Investing at death, though, I wonder. So this has different payouts based off of whether or not I can do it in under an hour, or in an hour and a half, or within 3 hours, but the duration is 6. So I can make 4,000 or 9 or 8 or 37. 1,637 kilometers doesn't seem like it's too far away. Right? I wonder if I should do that. What's the worst that could happen, right? Screw it. That'll be something fun and interesting to do. Potentially extremely risky for a first run. What's the worst that could happen? I'm sure it'll be totally okay. Ah, yes, food. I almost forgot. Oh boy. Intomo protein noodles with nest egg, herb, and dairy flakes. Eggs. Savored a gratifying culinary experience. Oh, this was gratifying. Also, I picked up a hygiene pack, which I probably don't need, but I guess I have. Death investigations can be real profitable if they're further ships and you have already visited, so you know where it is. Oh, so I don't necessarily know where it is off the bat. Okay. But I know it's about 1,400 kilometers away, right? Okay, so I might have messed up on that one. I'm picking a mission that I can't actually complete. Oops, Daisy. I guess I'll just ignore it then, maybe. I'm moving the ship and checking the gate to see if the distance changes. It's fair, actually. I guess I could triangulate it. 1636. Duration 5 hours. Book channel. Some docking clearance. Okay. Here. 235. 34. Okay, so it's in this direction-ish. Oopsies. Oh, that's what it was happening. When I switched to map controls and I was moving it around, it was decentering the camera. And when I was clicking, it was causing it to be decentered from the thing, I think. Or not? What is happening to the camera? What is it doing? Weird. 507. Big menu 1628. So we are going roughly in that direction. Possibly. At least it's like we're in that 90-degree slice. We're kind of. When they say there's a ablation disaster, I guess that means that the planet's atmosphere was blown off by something, I guess. I think that when you talk about an ablation disaster, that why you usually do something like that, right? Oh, it's just, I think it's the planetary rotation that's causing it to do that. It's kind of weird. It's not locked to an object, it continuously moves. Which I guess makes sense, but I don't know. There's not an easy way to solve that problem, I think. So I have 16.44 kilometers per second delta V. Power reserve 20.69, and that reminds me that I need to acquire battery, which is actually not charged, so I don't need to acquire. You can continue to sit in there and patiently wait. Oh look, 1608. It might be in this direction. Is the battery damaged at all? You know, that's a good question. Slightly damaged. It does say it only has charge for about 2 hours, doesn't it? New nav message received. Stop. Static noise. Okay. My charge is dependent on. Okay. But also, I'll have to keep an eye out on that because I only have 2 hours of battery charge. Okay. So 1478. Maybe I don't do this mission. It's like way far out there. Whatever it is. Way out. In the interim, let's do. Maybe that's right. It could be. I feel like I'm not really moving the predictor line here. Am I moving at all? What's going on? Have I done something? So just trying to, yeah. I have to be careful. Oh, I'm like... This must be because of the planetary rotation and whatnot, then? Let's pay this random wreck a visit real quick. Where's the gig? 1383, yeah. It's just far away. It's just really far. Whatever it is. Nope, not local channel. Hail ship, this one. Chain document, blah, blah, blah. Try with 5 columns. Good. About 1 kilometer. Really 0.5. Stop, stop. Ooh, stop. Uh-oh. Oopsies. Ooh. May have slammed into it slightly. I'm a smart person. We bumped into it fairly gently though. Our velocity was pretty low at the time. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't think it should be an issue. It was a pretty low speed collision. Yeah, it's fine. That's a little bump between spaceships, right? Alright. What we got here? It was a big spaceship, too. Turbo air pump. It's in really good condition. Open door. Bunch of parts. Ooh, laser array. Oh, we got a. This is a. What, a reactor? Toolbox. High screw, screwdriver. Let's see. Jumper jack emergency cabling. Inside the toolbox are some scraps. Electronic parts. Ooh, some food. Oh, we should have picked that up earlier. This is a big ship. We got a bunch of stuff here. These are what, exterior racks? Looks like. My goodness. Cooler. That thing is totally messed up. Thrusters damage, which I guess is what that little tilde means. Hi. What's in here? Nothing. 1x1 rack though. Pump. Pump's in okay condition. Door. Which can be repaired. It's super damaged. What does it take to uninstall this? That's a long time. Motor. Aluminum. Assuming. Well, I'm not even assuming. I know that the pipe is damaged. Yeah. What does it take to repair? A bunch of parts, basically. Or I can bash it. Or I can scrap it. How long does it take to scrap this? Not very long. Just a messed up door or something. Got to damage doors to get you something. Yeah, that seems to be the way. Pick up that mother. Interesting. It's the other side of the pump. Pick up the junk parts. It's a big crate. It's too big for my ship, even. Blister seal. I'm gonna need to steal some kind of crate or box to golden patches. Oh, this one's in good condition as well. Ship. A bin. Vodka. Drink pouch. Transponder. If you see me like flicker through the menu items rapidly, that's because I have an issue with double clicking on my mouse. That's why it's doing that. It's not supposed to do that, it's an issue. Food. CO2 is high, there's a bunk. Yeah, I got some food. Anti-red pen injector. Nausea pills. Crate is empty. Alright. Oopsie daisy. Throw some of this junk on the ground here. Oh, that's right, I don't have the light on. That'd probably help a little bit. As with this. Let's go ahead and grab this. Ah, and it did it automatically too. Thank you for that. Alright, let's find... Oh, I didn't check this today. Trash. Oh, I didn't check any of these either. What do we got? A bunch of parts. More parts. More parts. HT generator, filled coils. Was there a double rack? There was a double rack. Let's steal this double rack real quick. Because I didn't get a chance to do the double rack on the previous ship that we were on. It was kind of annoying. That was technically my fault. Eh? Eh? Hold on. Yeah, interesting. Well, no. Alright. Should hopefully be able to install it here. No? Being rejected. Although it might be because I have the thing here. Yep, that would be why. Okay. And you would autosave in this moment, wouldn't you? Fantastic. And let's take inventory and start putting all this crap on the rack so I'm not carrying it around with me all the time. Even if it's just a little bit. It's still better than nothing. Alright. Let's finish checking out the rest of the ship, and then let's go disassemble that reactor, I guess. Because I have a sinking suspicion that the reactor is probably worth a lot of money. I don't know, it's just a hunch. Battery is messed up. Ooh. What's inside the toolbox? Nothing. Cargo web, component motor, disposable batteries. I guess I'll grab a hacksaw. I already have a hacksaw. It's in worse condition. The toolbox might be worth taking. As like it's a 2x3. I was gonna say maybe as a container, but it's a 2x3 container, so like it's not worth much with that in mind. Okay, RCS. Alright. N2 alarm. Cryo tank. Has 1.3 thousand kilograms of helium liquid. I have a sinking suspicion that's probably worth quite a bit. Since the last thing that I sold that had gas in it was worth tons. Oh, 200 oxygen gas, that's probably worth quite a lot as well. Alright. Toilet. N2 can. It's a weird place to have an N2 can. That's probably got quite a lot of stuff in it too. Hygiene packs. A toothbrush. Maybe brush teeth. Anti-atrophy pen. One use per day keeps the atrophy away, replacing the need for dedicated daily exercise. Okay. Hydrocodone pain relief pills. And it's empty. I missed this one. It's got trash. Okay. Alright. The laser array is messed up. That's a motor. That's a motherboard. Okay. Cryo pump. Pellet feeder is dead. That pellet feeder is markedly above dead. Markedly, slightly above dead. Magnetohydrodynamic generator. So the cryo pump is functional. There's a bunch of racks out there that check. Field coils are functional. I guess we'll uninstall the field coils then. CO2. Man, I just got out here. Continue uninstalling the field coils. come on. One more cycle. One more cycle. There we go. Partial football assembly 1 of 2. Sulaimans forward and rear field coil assembly generate powerful magnetic fields that contain direct fusion. Field coils are pretty large for the amount of money they can be sold for. Okay, so they're not very efficient, is what you're saying? As far as like a sellable item? It's good to know. I guess I'll take it anyways because I've already uninstalled it. It's good to know. Oopsies. Same for the cryopump. Okay. You would think that they would be worth a lot more than that, but I guess reactor parts aren't worth that much then, relatively speaking. Are the thrusters worth the most then? Or maybe the smaller parts? The smaller, that's like the cheapest reactor. Oh, okay. Well, the pellet feeder is only 1x3, so this is probably worth a lot. There's been some gunk on my do. In that case, the repair that one a bit because it'll probably decay in the damage status before you can sell it. Okay. Good to know. I would have repaired it anyways before selling it, just because, you know, I wouldn't want to wards and stuff sell such a heavily damaged item. But I guess before we do anything with it, we'll restore it up a little bit. Oh, good there. We'll do the rest another time. Apparently I've moved it as well. Okay. Yeah, that cryo tank though is probably worth quite a bit. Because if the other fluids or gases are worth a lot, this is probably worth quite a bit. Or liquid helium. Now, liquid helium is not like, I mean, if nitrogen's worth that much and oxygen's worth that much, and those are fairly commonly acquirable gases, relatively speaking. But like, I don't know, helium must be worth tons. Ooh, can I fit this in? Go in here and I drop it, will it fit inside? Cryo's the cheaper the reactor coatings. Okay. When you say cheaper, is it like it's not worth anything cheaper, or cheaper like it's... Oh. I don't have enough room, do I? Okay. Like, this dog, alright, okay. I mean, okay, it says that the fusion core is worth more, so. That's fine. We'll grab, there's like a hyper pump or whatever up here. Turbo air pumps. These are actually apparently worth quite a lot of money, too. Those are 3s. That's a 3 as well. If that's the case, maybe I should leave it behind then. And maybe I should get like 3 turbo air pumps instead of the fusion coil. Not the fusion coil, the field coil. I mean, it is a fusion coil. It's a field coil for fusion. Because these turbo air pumps say that they're worth a lot of money. I think there's 3 of them on the ship, if I remember my count correctly. Grab this pump. That's where the door is. Oh, it's not a door. Ideas for expanding the ship? I'm gonna be honest, I hadn't even thought about it. I guess the most obvious thing to do would be to, like, expand the airlock section, I guess would be the obvious thing to do, maybe. It's a regular air pump. You can't move the airlock, okay. I could probably knock the wall of the airlock out. Oh, maybe that might be a little bit hard too. Yeah, I guess in that case the easiest thing would be to knock out this wall and push it down, and maybe move the nav station. It might take a while to do. Why did you go, I mean, sure, but that seems like a bit of a roundabout method to go through there. Okay then. Holden patch. Ammo casings. Trash. Pressure suit damaged. Interesting. This one. Other damaged pressure suit. BM12 EVA battery and an O2 bottle. drop these. Let's drop the one. Yeah. Yeah. What was up here? There's some stuff out here on the edge of the ship. Good parts, a bunch of walls, a battery charger. I forgot. I do have a soldering iron. I have to try not to forget that, I guess. Scrap this door so I can get it out a little bit easier. Yes, yes. I don't have any space in the rack, do I? Pack. Vision pack. Up. That. That off. Just gonna drop this hygiene pack out here in the middle of nowhere. Alright, I'm wondering if, like, would it be better to get the N2 and the oxygen canisters as well? Because those are worth a lot, but I wonder if the field coil is worth more, but maybe all of those oxygen canisters collectively are worth more than the field coil, but I don't know how much the field coil is worth. Let's go down and install this. Let's see if we can fit this on the ship. Because I might have a place I can put this, actually. What are you? Do I put this here? No. Alright, maybe I'm gonna get rid of this. Maybe the field coils are gonna stay behind in favor of other things. Very well then. You forced my hand. Air pump. Also, an RCS thruster assembly. These all say that they're worth 3. I don't really fully understand what that means. That's destroyed. This thruster is in good shape. Alright. Okay. And I just vented because I'm an idiot, but whatever. And last one. Go ahead and pick this up. And we'll see if we can grab another thruster and throw it in there too. Or maybe I should. I'll see if about grabbing like 3 oxygen canisters, 3 N2 canisters, or whatever. Since those seem to be worth a little bit more than the thrusters, maybe. So that might actually be as valuable as doing. Oh, those are it's only 2. Interesting. Okay. In that case, so oxygen was worth a lot, so that's going to be priority number 1 is to grab oxygen. And then the N2 canister, that one's 300. It's kind of funny, like every item says that it's worth like 2 or 3. I feel like contextually that makes it very hard to figure out what's worth what. An unskilled spacer, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, close that door. Wait, did I think when I did the door, I think it forced it open permanently. Oopsies. That's fine, I didn't need that oxygen anyways, right? Ah, another O2 can. Oh, it's got a bunch in it. What else do we have? 172, 77, 8, 12, 272, 186, 334. Got where? A little bit faster if you would. Okay. So we'll grab this last N2 can, or not the last, this one and the one that's over there, and 2 cans. And hopefully these will be worth more than the filled coils, the 4 of these canisters. Because if one was worth that much, the rest of them must be worth quite a lot. And I might just ignore the gig that I grabbed to investigate that death, because, yeah. I have absolutely no idea where that ship is. It's way the heck out. I thought 1600 would be a little bit closer than that, but apparently I was sorely mistaken. I grossly underestimated the distance. Nope, not install. There we go. Shit. Alright, Yeah, I mean, that seems like a really good place to put that, actually. So we have pellet feeder, which I need to repair. Thruster, oxygen into canisters. These, but hopefully these are worth quite a lot. Let's go ahead and, since the ship is full, let's get the heck out. Nope, 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 nope. No ship. Yeah, dock. Clamps. Okay. VSS patrol. Okay. Roll that in a little bit like that. There we go. The rise in humidity before a storm. Yeah, that's a name. Oop, oop. Okay, it did it for me. I was like, I forgot that I was so accelerated on time. Reliquary is a nice name. It's how fast I'm driving. Yeah. I don't know, man. Instead of harassing the salvagers, they should probably spend a lot more time dealing with people who are speeding. No, I did not find the death investigation. I decided to fill up and return. We'll see how I feel about it after this, or if I want to try and hit that death investigation. That one's a rough one, because I underestimated how far away 1,600 kilometers would be for that gig. I thought it would be a little bit more approachable than that, but it ended up being quite severe. I think I know. I mean, I have kind of a general idea of, like, roughly what direction it is, like, sort of, but kind of also not really. Okay. Let's start with the pellet feeder. I'm going to do a restoration on this. But to be fair, I think it's only been like an hour, maybe. So it's not the end of the world if I wanted to go in for it again. Get a little bit extra money. There we go. Or not. I feel like my character is rebelling against me right now. There we go. Ended autosaves. Screen. Alright. Train. Settle down. Was anywhere in a 90-degree cone of where you're heading? Because it could have been to the left of the right ship. Yeah, I think it might have been a little bit south. I was told that you get that there are different prices for doing it manually versus doing it via the zone. I guess I should check that, to be honest. You know, let's check that. There should be a way for me to... No. I think it's N for zones. We can test, actually. What was that price? 3,100 something or something like that? Let's find out. Let's find out. Yeah, I always try to repair things before selling them. How do I... You know, it's funny, I accidentally tried to make a zone earlier. No, I cannot remember how to make a zone. Ah. There we go. Select tiles and add a new zone. Okay, don't do that. Add new zone, barter zone. We'll call this barter zone. Yeah. This is gonna annoy me too, but I'm gonna double check this so we can get an exact value. Okay. You can edit, yeah, okay. 3,138, yeah, I was way off. 3,138. Uh-oh. And let's try and sell it. And... okay, it's the same price, regardless. You can edit the sizes of the pencil button left in the name, that way you don't have to use the god-awful selection preemptively. Dev didn't think the tile you clicked matters as much as the area the mouse cursor has marked hovering over wherever you are to release. Yeah. Yeah. Some weird things always sneak into games like this sometimes. You get weird prioritization of different kinds of functions, and sometimes they don't always work the same. These kinds of games are always fun for that. Which reminds me that I need to play SS-14. I've heard Space Station 14 is... I mean, I know it's different. I don't like that they have pixel movement as opposed to block movement, but it does look fun. Wish the game was multiplayer, the AI doesn't work well for crew members. They die like that cactus I keep buying putting that down. Yeah, Barotrauma kind of has the same problem too, and Barotrauma kind of has a lot in common with this game as well. I was actually testing out to see if a bot run in Barotrauma would be reasonably feasible, and what I was discovering was that it's like... okay? I used to do... I don't remember what servers I used to play on way back in the day, because I haven't touched SS-13 in a very long time. Salvaging spawn, which is separate from station, which is you go about fixing things and so on. Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't touched SS-13 in a very long time, but the last time I did anything SS-13 or SS-14 related was NSV-13. And if you haven't played NSV-13, I do recommend it. They only run on the weekends, but it's very cool as like a more PvE and co-op focused experience while also having a lot of really cool mechanics to it. But it's one of those things where, yeah, SS-14, I've seen some people kind of shaking fist about like, oh, SS14 is cannibalizing the community and whatnot, which is obviously true, but like the problem is Beyond is terrible. Like everybody knows it. Everybody has known it for like the 20 years or whatever, that Beyond is just not really a very good framework for a lot of things. Like you don't realize until you see SS14 played and you see like videos and footage of it that like SS13 can be fast and it can be smooth. And the reason why it isn't an SS13 is because it is just slow. It's slow at calculating things, apparently. As far as I'm aware, anyways. I think they make enough money to... Yeah, I mean, I think there's also probably an incentive for them to just not really change much, too. I mean, when you're dealing with like probably a 20-plus-year-old code base at this point, i.e. Died and Beyond Horizon, yeah, like there's all kinds of weird stuff like that. It's like if EVE Online were a game engine where everything is like 20 years old code, and if you touch it, probably everything will break. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of issues with that in Beyond, where they just can't make certain alterations, or things will just kind of crumble into dust and oblivion and ash. I just realized that I haven't had my other chat up this whole time. No one's chatted out, so we're good. Okay. But when I was looking through the NSV13 Discord the other day, I was kind of seeing what's going on there. They were talking about some sort of like, I don't know if this was SS14 related or if it was an unassociated thing, but about like a sort of Beyond container in a different engine or something like that, so that you could like, or not a container, but like a way to port like Beyond into a different engine or something, so that you could like get the benefits of it not running like crap, but also still sort of utilize all of that existing stuff. I don't remember like who was doing it or what the exact deal was with that, but if that happened, then I think one of the coders for NSV13 specifically said that if that thing ever comes to fruition, they would port NSV13 over to it, which would be cool, because they apparently had no intention of doing it in SS14. Yeah, it would be cool if this game had multiplayer. It probably wouldn't even be that hard to accomplish, to be honest. I mean, it probably wouldn't be that hard relative to the difficulty of like adding multiplayer to any game, of course. Like adding multiplayer to games is not easy, naturally, but relative to, you know, other kinds of things, it probably wouldn't be that hard to get multiplayer in this game in particular. What engine is this game in, anyways? Ostranauts. I wanted to spell it with a GHT. It's Unity. There might even actually be ways to like play an existing netcode and then just kind of like marry it together, because I think Unity probably has some pre-established stuff like that. So the turbo air pump wasn't worth much. The pellet feeder is worth a bit. Weirdly, the same as the RCS thruster. This was not really... These weren't worth much at all, apparently. And these were worth quite a bit. And these are also worth quite a bit. I think 18,000. I'd say that's pretty good. Oh, don't press that button. Don't do that. I would say that's a pretty good haul. That's also enough for me to get an upgrade to my pressure suit. Oh, speaking of pressure suits, actually. I have these pressure suits so that I can try to repair, I think. Yeah, if I put some things in it, I can repair it. Although, I think these are only worth like, what, 200 each or something? As long as you make more money than the more payments, yeah. I mean, 18,000 is like half a dozen mortgage payments, basically, because they're like 2,100 for the ship that I have right now. So I would say that that's a pretty good situation to be in. But Yeah, if you're interested in SS13 though, definitely give NSV13 a try. I know it has pop issues these days, but it is really cool. I need to try and get back into that myself one time. I do want to check out SS14 a little bit. That would be like a personal thing. That wouldn't be something that I would broadcast for obvious reasons. If I was going to do that, it would be like an uploaded recording. Because, you know, I don't want to get my like 17-year-old Twitch account banned for, for you know, but like, yeah. But yeah, I wanted to check out SS14 a little bit. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries. The one thing that I don't like, the one thing that's kind of kept me from being like, oh, that looks cool, but I'm kind of not so sure about it, is just the movement being, instead of them doing like tile movement, they did like, it's like pixel movement or some, I heard someone call it basically, where it's like, you can move at a much smaller scale than an entire tile. And the movement's almost too smooth, which is a weird thing to say, but I actually kind of wish that I kind of wish that SS14 was slower, if that makes sense. I mean, granted, I haven't played it, but I've seen like footage and I've seen people play it, and it looks like super smooth, and people are moving like very specifically within tiles, and it's weird to see coming from SS13 because that is like, it's so slow, it's almost like turn-based in SS13, and plus you're limited to tile movement. I don't know why they decided not to do that. I feel like that's a weird thing, but I don't know. Maybe one of the code bases one of these days will be like, yeah, we don't want to do that either, and they'll just like, we'll lock it to tile movement, and then we'll switch the tick rate down to something a little bit lower, so you can only move like X amount of tiles every turn or whatever. But maybe I'll play it and I won't mind it. I don't know. I think the big thing is I've heard that melee kind of sucks in SS14 specifically because it's too smooth. I don't know if that's true or not. I would have to find out. Though I have heard that the Colonial Marines servers, I guess Colonial Marines is like one of the first things that got ported over to SS14. And apparently those servers are pretty good, which makes sense because it's basically like SS13 Battlefield, basically. It's like, it's basically old combat for the most part, so, you know. It makes sense that that would work really well in that format, and it'd be really good in that format. For that same reason, I kind of wish NSV13, yeah, had been ported to SS14, just because it has like fighter combat and ship combat that's on its own layer, and you can like, you know, you're drifting around on a fighter doing stuff. I think all of my stuff is paid. You guys are charging me so much money. Anyways, let's restore this pressure suit and see if I make decent money off of it. If I make decent money off of it, I will repair the other one. If I don't make decent money off of it, I will probably just throw it in the trash. But if the helmet's 250, I don't remember what the pressure suit actually costs, but it should probably be worth a decent amount of money. I would think. I am looking forward to Barotrauma, though, the DLC. I'm really interested to see how that pans out, and whether that ends up being really good or not. Because it seems like it'll be really cool for the game to have, like, player stations. So, hopefully... Stop. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully it's a good DLC. Pressure suit is not wanted. That's my pressure suit. Wait, maybe it's not wanted because I'm... It's, it's still not wanted. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you for stopping by. I'll probably be doing this same time around tomorrow, maybe, or on Friday. Unless I have any health issues or anything, or something comes up. You know how life is, but good luck for customers. Hopefully that, hopefully the workday goes well. 358's not too bad, actually. Yeah, I can take that. 170 for the Bingham EVA. Motherboard. Disposables. The Ossivex is worth a lot, but I feel like I should probably keep it. What's the deal with the let's see. Picked up an entire stack. Go ahead and repair the other one since those were worth about 340. Or what was it, 350? I think the big thing is, why did you stop? Oh, because you repaired it, and now I need to restore it. I'm gonna be honest, that distraction completely made me lose my thought process of what I was about to say. Oh, I'm out of power. Yeah. I think the pressure suit should restore... Or sorry. Oh no. I've been locked in my own ship. Hilarious. Santa's welding tool, president, okay. Inventory. Inventory. Battery charger. Power's worth nothing. No, why would you auto sit now? Interesting that I used, I think, about the same amount of oxygen as last time. What? Uh, 130, 74. Why is the game telling me that I cannot buy M2? Is it the lack of power? Yeah, it was the lack of power. 1000's pretty rough. Is what it is. But, okay. So I'm going to normally I do longer, but I'm still feeling a little fatigued and headachy as I've been feeling this week. If you want updates from me on stuff, I have my Blue Sky channel, or my Blue Sky account that I run things off of. I'm going to send people over to this person. They're really cool. Someone that I watch very regularly. Really cool. They're doing like an October thing. They're playing right now a game called Karamara. They do like a lot of indie horror games, and I highly recommend watching them, especially if you like do a lot of Australian time zone stuff. Her and her guy Ellsworth do a lot of fun stuff, and yeah, they're cool people. I'm gonna send you over that. If you want to see more, you know, do the usual thing. Probably tomorrow or the next day, I'll probably do another run of Ostranauts. And then yeah, so I appreciate Kryptonym and Varric coming in, chatting with me, and helping me with some couple things without being too not spoiling me too much. Just give me the perfect amount of hints and tips, which I appreciate. So yeah, but have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time.